Hello, everybody. This is Gus from Askewed Reviews. And over the past few months, I've actually gotten a lot of challenges from some of my friends online. And this week, I'm really trying to get caught up on some of those. So if you see a lot of these challenges being answered, that's the reason why. Now, the challenge that I'm going with today was one that I actually got a few months ago from my friend John over at Smash Trivia John. He asked me what are my top three favorite films from 1991. This was definitely a difficult one to figure out because there are a lot of great choices from that year. And the fact that it's a little bit easier for me to narrow down when it's just horror movies, when it's all movies in general, ugh, that became almost impossible, and especially going to just three. So, because I had a very difficult time with that, I'm going to break the rules just a little bit and give two honorable mentions that would have been my four and five. But those other two films are What About Bob and The Addams Family. So you probably saw those two film titles, and you might even be going, wait a minute, how are those not in your top three? Well, let me tell you what those other three ones are. For my number three, I have Ernest Scared Stupid, which I know some people are going to say that there's no way that this was better than The Addams Family, but I absolutely loved Ernest movies growing up. I had a very special connection to that character, and that's why this is definitely one of my favorites. Also, it's a really fun Halloween movie for no matter what age you are. My number two is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This was such a fun and exciting movie. I even remember watching this in theaters. And my number one, which I feel is probably a lot of people's number one, is Hook. This movie was so much fun to watch. It was a great fantasy film with a very interesting concept, and the acting was amazing. Robin Williams was awesome, Dustin Hoffman was so good, and of course, some really standout performances from Bob Hoskins, Julia Roberts, and Dante Bosco. So, those were my top three, although technically top five. I definitely cheated a little. But anyway, those were my top three favorite films from 1991. And because I got challenged to do this, I of course have to pass the challenge along to others. So I'm challenging Sid, Ashley, and Frenchie. Let me know what your top three favorite films from 1991 were.